Imagine waking up, and your body simply refuses to move. Not because you are tired, not because of an injury, but because your own muscles are locked in a constant state of contraction, rigid, unyielding, and completely beyond your control. For the people living with this condition, that is not a nightmare. That is Tuesday. This is the story of stiff person syndrome. Stiff person syndrome, or SPS, is one of the rarest neurological disorders known to medicine. It affects fewer than 1 in a million people worldwide. To put that into perspective, you are more likely to be struck by lightning twice than to receive this diagnosis. It was first described by doctors Frederick Morsch and Henry Woltmann. Back in 1956, though, for decades it was so poorly understood that many patients were dismissed, misdiagnosed, or told the problem was entirely in their minds. Today, we know better. But for the people who have it, the journey to a correct diagnosis can still take 5 to 7 years. So what does stiff person syndrome actually feel like? It typically begins subtly. A stiffness in the back, occasional muscle spasms. Many patients initially assume they have simply pulled something or that they are getting older. But over time, the stiffness spreads. It moves from the lower back outward into the legs, the abdomen, sometimes the arms. The muscles become locked in a near-permanent state of tension. Then come the spasms, sudden, violent, and deeply painful contractions that can be triggered by almost anything, a loud noise, an unexpected touch, even a feeling of stress or anxiety. These spasms are so powerful that they have been known to fracture bones. That is not a figure of speech. The muscles contract with enough force to break the very skeleton they are attached to. For many patients, simply walking across a room becomes a calculated risk. Driving becomes impossible. Leaving the house becomes a source of terror because any sudden stimulus could send the body into crisis. The emotional toll is immeasurable. Anxiety and depression are not just side effects of living with SPS. They are, in fact, part of the condition itself. So what is actually happening inside the body? Stiff person syndrome is an autoimmune condition. That means the immune system, the very system designed to protect you, turns against the body it was built to defend. Think of it this way. Your nervous system has a natural off switch for your muscles. When you finish moving, signals are sent telling the muscles to relax. In stiff person syndrome, the immune system destroys the cells responsible for sending that signal. The result? The off switch stops working. The muscles receive a constant signal to contract, with no instruction to let go. In approximately 80% of cases, blood tests reveal high levels of an antibody called anti-GAD, marker that confirms the immune system is attacking a specific enzyme the nervous system needs to function. What triggers this immune response in the first place is still not fully understood. Some cases appear linked to other autoimmune conditions like type 1 diabetes. Others seem to arise without any clear cause. That uncertainty alone makes the condition extraordinarily difficult to treat. There is currently no cure for stiff person syndrome, but that does not mean there is no hope. Treatments exist that can significantly reduce symptoms and improve quality of life. Medications like diazepam and baclofen help relax the muscles and reduce spasm frequency. For many patients, these alone can restore a meaningful degree of mobility. For more severe cases, intravenous immunoglobulin therapy, known as IVIG, has shown considerable promise. This treatment works by essentially flooding the immune system with healthy antibodies, helping to suppress the attack on the nervous system. Plasmapheresis, a process that filters harmful antibodies directly from the blood, is another option used in acute cases. It is intensive, but for some patients it has produced dramatic improvement, and the research is accelerating. Stem cell transplants have been explored in clinical settings with early encouraging results. Immunosuppressive drugs are being refined. And the global spotlight brought by public figures like Celine Dion, openly sharing their diagnosis, has driven unprecedented awareness, and with it, funding. For the first time in decades, the rare disease community fighting stiff person syndrome has real reason to believe that a breakthrough may be within reach. Stiff person syndrome is a reminder of something important, that the human body, for all its extraordinary complexity, can sometimes become its own adversary. But the people living with this condition are not defined by what their bodies do to them. They are defined by the resilience, the patience, and the quiet courage it takes to face each day inside a body that will not cooperate. If this video helped you understand something that was once invisible to you, share it. Because for someone out there still searching for answers, feeling seen is everything. This has been Condition Unknown. Until next time, keep asking questions.